This is a tutorial for the Dreidel cube. So this one, as you can see, it's just a regular 3x3, except these corners can also turn like 45 degrees at a time, which makes it a lot more complex. So the first thing you want to do for this is to reduce it. And the first thing you want to reduce are the corners. So you want to take these small triangles and you want to match them with their corresponding colors. So find any random corner piece that's not solved like this one and look for which pieces you need. So in this case I need a red right here. So I see a red right here. So all I want to do is move this along so I can align it with the place I need to put it. And then now I can just attach it right away, right there. Now look for the next piece. I need a blue and a yellow. So I have a yellow right here. So now I want to move this piece over. And the yellow's along this line, so I want to open that spot right there. So now I can just slide this yellow over. And now it matches with this corner piece. Now I need a blue. Okay, there's a blue right here. So the blue piece is right here, so I'll move that out here where I can easily move it around. And I want to take this piece, which I want to swap with the blue, and also put that on the same line. So now this corner is now finished, and I just want to turn it over so I can't mess any of these up anymore. Now look for what else I have. I have a red piece right here, so look for a red corner piece that I need right here. So I'll just turn this around so they're aligned again. And now I solve for this one. And what else do I need? I need a gray, a blue, and a gray. So I have two grays right here, so I can just take one of them, move it out of the way, so now it's not attached to this piece anymore. And then I can turn it so that the gray piece is now aligned, and line it up. Now I need a blue. Okay, there's two blues over here, so I want to move this piece over here so I can align them again. Now I've put one blue piece along this line. Now I want to open up this blue section right here. And now I finished this corner piece. So I want to keep on doing that until I solve all these corners like that. So here I have a pink, and here I need a pink. So move this out of the way. And I've now added the pink. I need a blue here, and I have blue right here, so move this out of the way first. Now put in the blue. Now I need a gray. I have a gray right here. It's along the same line. So I finished this corner now. And over here, this blue's already solved, but I need a yellow and a pink. I have a pink right here. So there's a pink and a yellow. I have a yellow right here. So again, I want to put them right next to each other so that I can easily align them. So there's a yellow along this line, and align it with where I need it. So now I solve this corner. This one needs a yellow, pink, and green. There's a yellow right here. So move it out of the way. And then put it back in. There's a pink here, and I need a pink right there. So there's a pink. I need a green, and here's a green piece. So now I'll move them so that they're adjacent to each other. There's a green here, and now I put in the green. So this corner is done. Okay, this one, it has a gray, but it needs a red and a green. There's a green right here. So that's in. And now I need the red. There's a red right here. So along this line. Now this corner's done. So this one needs a green, red, and yellow. There's a green right here. the green's in. There's a yellow over here. So I'll line it, and now the yellow's in. And now I need a red. Oh, the red's right here, so. Now the red's in. Now this corner is done. Now this one needs a gray, green, and pink. The pink's right here, so the pink's done. There's a gray right here. Now the gray's done. And I still need a green. Green's right here. So now green's done. Okay, so now with that I've finished all these corner pieces. So now all the corners are reduced. Now all I want to do is to reduce these edge pieces. And this is really the most time consuming and probably the most difficult part. So first thing you want to do is to look for any piece that's not pushed in, so that's not flat. So any piece that's sticking out like this, and find a corresponding color. A little triangular piece like this. Okay. So I have a red piece here, so now I want a red piece that I can attach it to. So this one. So if you look here, this one corresponds to this piece, so I can take this piece and match it along with this piece. So to do that, I'm just going to take this bottom one, this bottom corner, and I want to rotate it 45 degrees. Now when I move this one down, as you can see, they're now aligned. So now these two are matched. And I don't want to mess it up anymore, so I want to go back 45 degrees again and replace it back up. So now as you can see, this piece is now done, but I messed up these. So now all I want to do is to reinsert this piece back in here without using this piece or any piece that's already partially solved. So now if I look below here, not up here but like below it, and I just want to make sure that this piece is not already reduced. So in this case it's pink and blue, and the blue sticking out, so this one's fine. So now all I have to do is just replace it and reinsert the pink. So now all the corners are still intact, and this piece is now reduced. And I want to continue doing this over and over again. So now I have a gray piece sticking out and a gray piece that corresponds to it. Now to align these two, I want to turn this corner piece 45 degrees this way, and now they match. And also, while you're doing this, if you want to make it a little bit faster, this requires a little bit more thought when you're trying to do it. But you can also, to make this faster, you can look for which piece aligns with this one. So in this case, I need a gray piece that's sticking out to align with this one. So in this case, this one. So this is a gray piece that's sticking out, and if I move it up here, now they align. And I have the corner back in place. So now by doing that, all the corners are still in place. I solved for this reduction, and I've also solved for an additional reduction at the same time. Okay. Okay. Now another one. Here's a green piece that's sticking out and a green piece that corresponds to it. So, like before, I'm just going to turn this one 45 degrees. Now they have aligned. Move it back. And this is a different reduction that you can do. So, after you do this first one, if this piece is sticking out, the one on the bottom, then you can also look for a piece that corresponds to that one. So, another blue piece that corresponds to this one. In this case, this one wouldn't work because it's on the wrong side. So, this one's like upside down. But this piece would be fine. So this is another piece that corresponds to this blue piece, and since this one's sticking out, if I just do it normally again, like move this one out of the way and then replace it back in, as I do that, you can see that this blue piece is now aligned with this one. So those are two additional shortcuts that you can do as you do the basic reduction. So if you happen to see any of those, you can just do that to make it go by a little faster. So now here's a red piece sticking out and a red that corresponds to it. Oh, and also another thing you want to make sure is when you're doing this, as you might have noticed, when you turn it here and you move it out of the way, 1, 2, and 3 pieces are all affected. So you want to make sure that, well, this corner piece will fix it anyway, but you want to make sure that this piece is not reduced and this piece is not reduced. So in this case, it's fine. If you were to have something like this, then that wouldn't be a good idea because this one is already reduced, and by doing this, you're now messing it up. So you want to make sure that it's a piece that's not reduced already, like this. So now I have a red here, and there's a yellow here that can match with that one, so I'll do that. And there's a gray here that matches with that one, so I'll turn this 45 degrees, align them, and pink with pink. So that one's reduced. Okay, pink again with this one. So this pink matches with this one. This one's not aligned, this one's not aligned, so that one's good. Okay. And there's a green and green here, so while I'm doing that, I'll solve for that one too. There's a yellow, and a yellow piece that corresponds to it. This one's not solved, so I can do this one. I can look for a pink piece or yellow. So there's pink. Oh well, there's already yellow sticking out here, so I'll match this one with this. There's a yellow sticking out here, and it corresponds with this one. This one's not reduced yet, so I can do this one as it is. There's a pink and a pink. Here's a red and its corresponding red piece. This one's not reduced yet, so I can do it. Here's a yellow and a yellow sticking out on the bottom. Another yellow and yellow that corresponds to it. The blue sticking out and a blue on the bottom. Here's pink and pink. This one's not reduced yet. Here's a gray and a gray sticking out. A red and a red. Okay, I just reached this one particular case, so what I did was I was matching this one with this piece here, and while I was doing that one, I managed to solve for this piece. But normally, I would take an unsolved piece like this one and put it in here. But as you can see, that also messes up this piece that just got finished being solved. So to avoid that, and so that you don't have to repeat steps, before you do anything, all I want to do is replace these 3 pieces with another set of 3 pieces like this one that's not reduced already. So in this case, this isn't reduced. So all I have to do is rotate this a little bit like that. Now replace it with a piece that's not reduced and that I don't have to worry about messing up. Now move it back, and now I can carry out with the reduction normally. Okay, so pink and pink. Okay. And here's blue and blue. And right now this piece is already reduced, so I'm going to try to find another one, like this one, that's not reduced. And I can continue with it. Pink and pink. Oh. Okay, so while I was moving this pink piece over here, I can now see that this piece has also been reduced. And if I try to solve this normally, then this one will also be like unreduced now. So before I do that, I just want to switch this piece with another piece that's not solved yet. For example, like that. So now that one is not connected yet. Now when I reduce this one, I'm not messing up anything that was already reduced. Okay, here's yellow and yellow. This one's already reduced, so I'm going to find a different one. Like this one. And again, this one has now been reduced, so I don't want to use this anymore. But also, this one's also reduced. So if I just swap these like this, then this one will now not be reduced anymore. So first I want to swap this one first. So, for example, with a piece like this. Now, even if I swap these three pieces, this one's not reduced yet, so that won't have an impact. Okay, so now I want to swap these three pieces so I don't mess up these two. I'll swap it with these three. And now I can continue with the reduction. So there's a green here and a green sticking up down here. So I can reduce normally and reduce that one as well. Here's blue and blue. This one's not already reduced. So find one that's not. Okay, now in this case, the only extra reduction I can do with this one is if I had a pink piece that was sticking out, and then I could reduce that pink with this small pink piece. In this case, there is none like that. So now you just want to find any piece that's not reduced, like this, and solve normally. Okay, blue and blue. Yellow sticking out and a yellow corresponding to it. Red and red. This one's already reduced, so find one that's not. Like that. Here's a gray sticking out and a gray that corresponds to it. A gray and gray that corresponds to it. This one's already reduced, so I want to find a different one. Here's pink and pink. This one's not reduced yet. Already reduced. So I'll find a different piece to take its place. Okay, now in this case, all of them have now been flattened, but there are still a few pieces like this that haven't been solved yet. So rather than unsolving these that are already not solved, rather than like doing exactly what I was been doing and trying to force these to flip outward so that they're not so that they're sticking out, instead of doing that, now you just want to use a slightly different method. So first take any two pieces that can be swapped with each other and solve each other. So here I have a blue outer piece and a green inner piece. So now I'm going to look for a piece that either has a blue inner piece or a green outer piece, or both. So over here I found one with a blue inner piece. Okay. So now, as you can see, if I were to swap these two pieces, then this piece would now be solved. So before I do anything else, as you can see, that just completely messed everything else up other than these. So before I do anything, I want to take one piece and put it on one side, and then I want to take the other piece and move it directly to the opposite side. Whoa. Okay, so I have one piece here and another piece down here. So now I want to make sure that these two corners, the corners that are adjacent to these pieces I'm swapping, I want to make sure that these two are, that they're exactly the same. So in this case they're both pink. Now I also want to make sure that these two pieces are also the same, the other pieces that are adjacent to these corner pieces. So in this case they're both green, so that's fine. So now all I want to do is rotate it this way. And now since these two both match, now there's no problem with swapping one with the other. Now everything is solved here. And now all I have to do is just turn one over so I don't mess it up anymore. And put this one back where it was. Now this corner and this part of the edge piece, although they've changed, they're still the same color, so now there's no visible difference. This one hasn't been solved yet, so I'll leave that as is. And now I need to solve for this one. So I want to find one with a green outer piece or a pink inner piece. Right here I have a green outer piece, so I'll use that one. So green outer piece and green inner piece. So these corners are still the same, but I want to make sure that these two are the same. Right now that one's pink, this one's green, so I want to make this one pink or that one green. I'll just make this one green. So they're both pink, these are both green, and now only these two, this green and red, and pink and green will be different. So now move them both out here to align them. If I move them, everything here is now solved, and turn it back so it's not messed up anymore. And if I realign these two, then now these two are still the same as before, but now this one still hasn't been solved yet. So now this one's a pink outer and a red inner, so I need to find one that's a red outer or pink inner, or both, like this one. So now I'll take this one and move it right here. Okay, so the pinks are still the same, and there's a red outer, pink inner, pink outer, red inner, and okay, well these two are already solved now, so these are both green already, so I don't have to worry about that. Now move them both out, and replace one with the other. Now everything's solved here, turn it back, and now everything's solved here. And let me see, okay, looks like that was it. So now all of these have been all these small pieces have now been reduced. Now I want to completely reduce these edge pieces by just matching them up. So these two pieces, you can use this as a guide. So this one's a blue and yellow. So now I want to find the reduced blue and yellow pieces. So there's one right here and one right here. Okay, Okay, so from here, all I want to do is just turn it, and now that one's now in the correct place. And this other one, I want to turn it, now that's in the correct place. So now this piece is now reduced. Now look for the next one. This one's a green and red. I have a green and red here, and green and red here. So first I'll solve for this one. I'll just rotate it, and right now they're flipped around, so I just have to bring this to this side. So move it out of the way again, and just turn this over. Now when I put it back in, I put it into the opposite side, so now that one's in the correct place. Okay. Now this one goes in here. So now that one's reduced. This one's a red and gray, so look for red and gray pieces, like right here. Put this one in. This one's reversed, so other way. Okay, in this case, if I turn it, then I'll be messing up this piece that's already solved. So all you have to do is replace it with one that's not solved yet. And now you have no other problems. This one's solved. I need the other gray and red right here. So gray and red here. That one's now reduced. So blue and, well, gray and green. That one's here. Gray and green goes here. Well, this one is the wrong way again. So move this over. This one's already reduced, so I don't want to mess that up. Now this gray and green is now solved. Now the other one. Now this one is now solved. Gray and blue. This one's in the wrong way already, so I want to move that out of the way. So first take this out of the way. Now replace it into the opposite side. So this one's reduced. And this one is now fully reduced. This one, pink and green. Okay, so there's pink and green here. I want to put that here, but I don't want to mess up this piece, so switch it with the piece that's not solved yet, like that one. Now this one's fully reduced. Blue and pink. Here's blue and pink. Now that's fully reduced. Pink and gray. Okay, here's pink and gray. That part's reduced. And the other pink and gray. Now this one's fully reduced. Yellow and red. Yellow and red goes here. That one's fully reduced. And these two are the only ones left. Okay, so all the other ones required 3 of them to not be solved so that you wouldn't mess them up. But since there's only 2 left here, I have to work with one of them that's already solved. So I'll fix this green and yellow one first. So what I want to do is to take a piece that's not solved and use that piece to kick out one of these pieces. So I just have to swap these again. So put this one here and put this one here. So first take a piece that's not solved. Move that one out of the way. And from here I want to take this piece and flip it around. So just take it out of the way, rotate it and put it back in. And now when I turn this one back, this piece is still solved, and now I've managed to put this one back into the correct place. Now I have 1, 2, and 3 pieces left. So now I want to make it so that I have the solved piece on one side and the unsolved piece on the other side. I want to make it so that this piece matches with this piece, so they have to be the same colored pieces. This one's blue and red, this one's blue and red. So I want it to be like this. I don't want it to be on the opposite side. So now from here, I'm going to take this piece and move this piece out of the way with it. Now this piece is solved, and if I flip this one back, and now turn everything back as it was before, this one's now solved, this one's now solved, and this one's still solved as it was before. So now everything is reduced, and all you have to do here from here is the regular solving method. So just solve it like a regular 3x3. Okay, and this is the final problem. So sometimes you might come up with a case like this where only one of the corners is rotated out of place. So anyone who solves a regular 3x3 knows that will be an impossibility. For this puzzle, it's obviously not. So from here, all you have to do is to take these pieces and put them back into their correct places. So since this can turn freely. So first take this piece, this is blue and yellow, move it out of the way, and I want to match it with right here, blue and yellow. So now just turn this one over and reinsert it. So now that one's solved. While I solve this one, I've kicked out this pink and yellow piece. So now turn this one again, so now the pink and yellow is showing. Put that one back in, now that one's solved. As I did that, I kicked out the blue and pink piece. So now rotate this so that the blue and pink piece is now showing. As I do that, this piece that I initially used is now put back into its place. And now this one has been reduced. And just turn it, and now you're done.